Hey, it's your boy Trey Cross, and I'm back. This week we are working on a strategy. Um, it's basically in a nutshell, practice habits. Practice habits is so important because your practice is going to make or break what type of musician you become. It's going to make or break how you progress as a musician. So, in really, all your progression, all your learning, all of you getting better is all based on your practice. All right, so let's dive into it. So, the first thing you need to do is have a plan. You need to know what you're going to practice, okay? You need to know how you're going to practice. Have a plan. Don't never ever sit at the keyboard saying that you're going to practice and you don't even know what you're going to work on. Always have a plan. Let's say you want to work on chord progressions, right? So with chord progressions, with chord progressions, let's say, and then you got to be even more specific than that. You can't just say, I want to work on chord progressions. Like, which chord progression do you want to work on? Do you want to work on the 7-3-6 chord progression? Do you want to work on the 2-5-1 chord progression? Do you want to work on the 1-3-4 chord progression? But here's the thing. Don't spread yourself too thin in your plan. Let your plan be very, very concentrated, very dedicated. Don't ever say, well, I'm gonna work on all my chord progressions, because that's really not a smart move. Because you really, and you will get into why that's not a smart move. But for right now, understand that you have to have a plan. Know exactly what you want to work on. All right. So the next thing you need to do is have a set time every day. And I know everybody's schedule is different, but the thing is, it's really helpful for yourself mentally to have the same practice schedule every single day. I know everybody's schedule is not the same, but just do what you can. Just do what you can, and let's say, hey, Trey, my schedule is not 9 to 5. Sometimes my job puts me on different shifts. You know what I would say? I would say, if you possibly can, I would definitely try to make the move of letting your practice habits go along with your work schedule. So, like, for example, a lot of us, let's say your job rotates you on different shifts. You might eat. It might be a habit for you to eat before you go into work. It might be a habit for you to sleep and get a nap before you go to work. So throw your practice habits in there. Your set time. Maybe you'll practice, then you'll sleep, and then you'll eat, then you go to work. No matter what shift you're working on. Or you get what I'm saying. Or you might sleep, then you might get up and practice, then you might eat. So just throw your practice routine inside your schedule, no matter what your schedule looks like. Because at the end of the day, most of us always go to work, or most of us always go to school. Maybe your school schedule is different. Maybe the first thing you do when you get home from school, no matter what time you get home, is just to practice. Or maybe you always practice before you leave. So if you can have a set time every day and get that rhythm, so that it's almost like brushing your teeth. That when you wake up in the morning, one of the first things you do is brush your teeth. So that way you never forget it and it's ingrained in you. All right. So next is have a set place every day. Now this is another psychological trigger in your mind. When you have a set place to practice every day, what happens is, after you make a habit of it, your mind knows that once you sit down in that place in front of your keyboard, that it's time to lock in and it's time to really progress. That's another psychological trigger, because it allows you, it gets easier to lock in, it gets easier to focus. Okay? So that's same time every day. Right? Same place every day. I'm sorry. All right, next thing is time yourself. It's something about timing yourself. I like to use a stopwatch. I use the stopwatch on my phone. And so what happens is when I use the stopwatch on my phone, I can see my timer. I see my time leaving. I see my time going down. It goes like whether it's an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, I see the time constantly going down, and that's a really good. Nothing motivates us as people more than knowing that we're running out of time. Okay? So time yourself. Okay? The next thing we need to do is learn at least one new thing a week. Okay? So, and that's why I like to provide one new training every week so that you can learn one new thing a week and you don't have to go elsewhere if you don't want to. So just learn one new thing every single week and master it. So if you think about it, if you learn one new thing a week, then at the end of the year, that's 52 new things that you learned about playing keys this year. Okay? So imagine what happens over the next 3 years if you consistently learn one new thing a week. Imagine over the next 10 years. Like your knowledge and your skill level will be insane because you kept learning. And you'll never get stuck when you keep learning new things every week. You'll never get stuck. And really, that's really the whole reason why people say, they get stuck. Is because they stop learning. That's all. And then we need to focus. All right. So focus is so critical when it comes to your practice. When you sit down and practice, you sit down and play. You need to be very, very, very focused. You need to be laser focused. Don't bounce around. What do I mean by that? I mean, when I say don't bounce around, I mean like, okay, let's say you already had in your plan, we're going to work on the 7-3-6 chord progression for an hour. Then you put your stopwatch on. Now the time is ticking. Now you just said you're going to work on the 7-3-6 chord progression. Don't go off and work on this other song. Don't go off and work on these other little tricks. Don't go off and work on this, that, and the third. When you already wrote in your plan that you're going to work on this 7-3-6 chord progression. You're basically taking that plan and executing it until it's done. That's what focus is. Focus on one path until successful. Okay? Focus on one course until successful. So, you got to focus. Because if you can sit down for 3 hours. You can sit down for 3 whole hours. And then what'll happen is you could bounce around. You can work on this little song. You can work on this little phrase. You could work on this little whatever. And you could do, in those 3 hours, you could do a million things on the keyboard. And then mess around and get nowhere. You didn't get better. You didn't challenge yourself because you were just all over the place. You got to focus if you want to get better. You got to focus. And then you need to challenge your ear every day. Now, how do you do that? One of the best ways to challenge your ear every day is you take what you learned and you listen for it in the music that you're already listening to. Like, let's say we're still working on that 7-3-6 chord progression. Listen for that when you're when you're listening to a song. You're going to hear it. Okay? And so eventually over time, once you keep doing that, you keep listening for the very thing that you've been practicing. And then not only that, let's say you're working on a song this week. And so what you're going to do is you're going to take that song and there are going to be different chord progressions in the song. They're going to be different chords. You're going to go to different tones of the scale. And so what's going to happen is over time, you keep challenging yourself to listen and know where you are in the song without being in front of the keyboard. And that's how you develop your ear to play by ear. Okay? So, then you have to challenge yourself every single day. Like, you have to make sure that you're getting to the point that you're getting better than you were yesterday. Always challenge yourself. Let's say maybe today let's say you practiced yesterday, and now you're practicing today. And let's say you might be working on something different than you did yesterday, but try to be more efficient. Try to be more focused, okay? Try to get more reps in, all right? Challenge yourself every day. Don't let it be so easy to you. And practice, even if it's a sacrifice. And that's the thing about priorities. We never really have time to do. It's a lot of stuff we don't really have time to do, but we always make time to do it. So that's kind of how music is. Sometimes we don't necessarily have the time to practice, but if we make time, sometimes we just have to make time, So even if it's a sacrifice, make sure you do it because it's going to be worth it in the end. And the last one is get the most reps possible. That's going to be the thing that's going to make you sound really clean, really good. It's going to be effortless. Practice that 7-3-6 chord progression until it becomes a natural instinct, until it becomes second nature. Get so many reps in that you'll be able to hear it in any song that you play, any song that you listen to. Get so many reps that you can literally fall asleep playing that 7-3-6 chord progression, or whatever song it is, or whatever you're working on, whatever you're practicing right now. Get the most amount of reps possible. All right, and that's it for practice habits. All right, so summing it up, I want to sum everything up that I just went over. Hopefully, you don't feel too overwhelmed. If you do, then that can be a good thing. All right, so first thing was have a plan. All right. Then you're going to have a set time every day to practice. After that, make sure you have a set place every day to practice. Then you're going to time yourself, whether it be 30 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I would recommend at least an hour a day, but you do what you can, all right? Learn one new thing every week. Focus on one thing. All right. Challenge your ear every day. Challenge yourself daily. Last but not least, I'm sorry, that's not the last one, but practice even if it's a sacrifice. And last but not least, get the most reps possible. All right. So, I hope you got a lot of value out of this training. My advice to you would be to go ahead and get yourself set up for your next practice session and apply all of these things to your practice. Got any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section and I will answer them as soon as I can. All right, have a good one.